gun grabbers like Beto O'Rourke. Remember Beto? Beto. There's a guy, has another one. He wants to take your guns away. Oh, by the way, Trump is going to lose Texas, but Beto O'Rourke, who's a big factor in that whole thing, wants to take. Remember when Beto was running, he was riding high, and then Ted Cruz has done a great job, beat Beto O'Rourke. But Beto was riding high for a while. And remember he was on the cover of a certain really bad magazine. I won't mention the name. It's failing. It won't be in business for another 6 months, I don't think. I hope. But he was on the cover, and he said, I was born to do this. And I said,
yo, he still hates Vanity Fair.
They're going to be losing very quickly. And you know what? Within about 2 months, he was...
Great and Sissy Carter throws the worst parties for Vanity Fair.
Cast your vote to confirm our newest Supreme Court Justice, Amy Coney Barrett. They both did, by the way. They both did. I can't leave David out of that one. Kelly's opponent, Raphael Warnock, is a dangerous extremist who is radically opposed to your values. He said he believes that, quote,
like, for example, he's black.
Serve God and the military. Oh, really? An appalling statement that dishonors the memory and generations of American heroes who fought for God and for our country. Raphael Warnock has openly declared his support for socialism, and he has even praised Marx.
Now you see why I love Warnock?
The barbaric communist dictator, Fidel Castro. He likes Castro. Thinks he was a good man. He was a good guy, he said. He falsely slandered patriotic Americans as racists. He called police officers gangsters, thugs, and bullies. He supports abolishing cash bail. Look at what happened to New York with their cash bail. No cash bail, no bail. Don't worry about it. You killed somebody. Don't worry about it. You know,
7 months.
You're on the honor code. And he's declared, quote, open up the jails, free the violent criminals, and prey on Georgia, families, children. No, you can't do that. This is not for Georgia, I'm telling you. It might be for some places, and I tell you that too. This is not for Georgia.
By the way, that quote, the you can't serve God and military quote is literally, what do you call it? It's not even a fucking, it's completely taken out of context. Like, it's literally scripture. Like, Donald Trump and his followers are so oblivious to... They're so oblivious to the fucking Bible that, like, they're taking scripture out of context.
Make sure that overfunded police departments are defunded.
There is no middle road on the climate crisis.
I not only support a Green New Deal, I don't think it goes far enough. I'm all for a Green New Deal. This is part of what gun registration is about. We want to track where the guns are. We need to cut the defense budget.
Popeyes or Chick-fil-A?
Oh, Popeye.
Are you in favor of expanding the court or perhaps an age limit in place instead of a lifetime appointment?
Look, I've said everything is on the table.
But if we win the majority, everything is on the table.
Now we take Georgia, then we change America.
Change is coming to America.
The blue wave is comprised of those who are documented and undocumented.
We win these races in Georgia so that we don't have to negotiate.
That's their goal. Total radical control to bring horrific change to America. Only Georgians can stop them.
Nobody can serve God and the military.
Raphael Warnock attacks our military.
Police power, the kind of gangster and thug mentality.
Warnock attacks our police.
Somebody's got to open up the jails.
Raphael Warnock is dangerous. No wonder he defended this.
Not God bless America. God damn America.
Now my hope is that in early January, Democrats will pick up 2 more seats in the Georgia runoff.
God bless America!
And that will make our life a lot easier.
We need to send a message this year. We need to send a message that if you indulge this kind of politics, you're not just going to get beaten. You're going to get beaten so bad you can never run or show your face again in public.
He doesn't mean physically. It's John Ossoff, you fucking clown. He means like...
Of what we are getting...
He means like in politics. It's very clear what he means. John Ossoff out to be like this fucking badass, dude.
You're not just gonna get beat. You're gonna get beaten so bad you can never run or show your face again in public.
So Warnock is the man. Like he definitely is a lot. He's different than Ossoff. They're a double. They're in a double bind. They're basically a package deal. So neither is trying to fuck over the other one right now because we need to win both seats. But like Ossoff and Warnock are a very interesting pair.
The people are here. No. Tens of thousands of people, and you know Antifa showed up. Not the right, but the left showed up. And they looked at some of these people and they wanted to attack the crowd. They looked and they said, no, thank you.
By the way, that guy got knocked the fuck out because he was literally beating the...
No, thank
he was like trying to fucking curb stomp somebody. So, hey, guess what, bitch? If you're fucking trying to curb stomp people in the middle of like, in the middle of protests, like, you're probably going to get clapped up. He's lucky he got out alive, if you ask me.
And there were some elderly people that were having dinner in Washington, very elderly people, and they got attacked. Those people got attacked viciously by the scum.
People constantly love doing the fucking around, and then they hate the part where they end up finding out.
But what they didn't play, what the fake news play is,
crazy.
During the day, they walked in and they wanted to do some damage, and they took a look and they said, no, thank you, we won't do it. We'll wait. We'll wait till we get the people with the children. We'll wait till we get the elderly people that want to stay.
Thank you for the context. No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise another. You cannot serve both God and money. Matthew 6:24. Raphael Warnock was talking about his own fucking personal journey down faith, but these motherfuckers make it seem like, I mean, he's a black pastor, okay? There's a lot of based-ass black pastors out there, kind of like Reverend Wright that they showed as well, the goddamn America. So obviously, like, when you fucking take the Bible seriously, there's a lot of socialist shit in there. You feel me? There's a lot of socialist shit in the Bible, dude. That's why MLK was a democratic socialist. That's why you got Brother Cornel West, dude. That's why you got so many fucking radical black liberation theologists out there.
America great again because you put America first.
Oh God, Loeffler is so disgusting too. The funniest part about it is she's so unlikable.
Strongest economy because he put the American worker first. He stood up. That's right. He stood up to the cancel culture, China, big tech, the fake news. We are standing strong for President Trump because he's fought for us every
Watch the crowd.
day.
I feel like they don't like her as much.
Every day.
I feel like they just don't like it. They're not riling up for her. They're not wilding out for her like they did for Trump.
If you're our voice on January 5th, we'll be your voice for years. We have to make sure that we keep America strong. Thank you. Well, you know what? My colleague, David Perdue, my friend, wants to make sure that you vote. We are going to vote. Because if we don't vote, we will lose the country. If we vote, we will win.
Hey guys, I want to take liberty just 1 second. Something personal to President Trump. Hey guys, I want to say something for President Trump personally. Guys, I want to say something personal for President Trump. God bless you. We love you, Mr. President. We love the First Lady. And we're going to fight and win those 2 seats and make sure you get a fair, square deal in the state of Georgia. God bless you, Mr. President.
Fight for Trump as Loeffler and Perdue are talking. They're screaming at them, fight for Trump in the audience.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you. We're fighting. We're going to fight like you never saw before. Thank you. We can't let what happened 3 weeks ago, we can't let it happen. It's beyond me. We can't let it happen. And somewhere there's going to be a champion, your champion. Somewhere there's going to be a champion that's going to do what's right, because this has been going on for a long time, but never like it's happened recently. And you know, they've used the pandemic and the phony fake ballots, the mail-in ballots, they use that to sabotage a country. We're not going to let it happen. As you know, a major issue in this state is voter fraud. It's been a big issue for a long time, but never like this. We sent out tens of thousands, millions and millions of ballots. Nobody knew where they came from, where they are. People were getting 2, 3, 4 ballots. They were signing them, sending them in. What a mess. And I said it a year ago, and I said it every month. And I even said, let's postpone the election. And they said, oh, he's not an American. You know, they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. We're all deeply disturbed and upset by the lying, cheating, robbing, stealing that's gone on with our election.
This is why I no longer need sex. I've evolved beyond the need for sex, because I see this and I'm like, I'm rock hard. I just came in my pants.
Believe how many illegal aliens from out of the state, and they'll be filing out and filling out ballots that don't even exist. They put up names. They have people signing their own name over and over. They have people signing names with the same pen, with the same signature. They don't even change, because they know once they get it in, it'll never be looked at. It'll never be looked at again, because of people like your Secretary of State and your governor. So we want signature verification.
They're literally booing the Secretary of State and the governor.
And we're going to be very careful. We're going to watch every ballot, David and Kelly. We can't let this happen again. And again, we have more light shining here because of what happened and because of the fact it's pinpointed. The answer to the Democrat fraud is not to stay at home. That's what Nancy Pelosi and Schumer, that's what they want you to do. Stay at home. Just stay at home. If you want to do something to them, I don't want to use the word revenge, but it is a certain revenge. To the Democrats, you show up and vote in record numbers. That's what you have to do. They can only win if they cheat. They can't win this state unless they cheat. And they cheat better than anybody. You know, when you think of it, the Republicans are much nicer. They're not nearly as vicious. Maybe a few of us. Republicans are too nice, he said. You're right. That's a very good. Thank you very much. I like that. But they are. They're too nice. They don't go after these criminals. They got to go after them. We're talking to people. Go after them. They don't go after them. They're afraid they'll hurt their reputation when they get out. I don't know. They don't go after them. But we're watching this so closely. We have everybody watching. You got to get out and vote. Let them steal Georgia again. You'll never be able to look yourself in the mirror. We have to hold the line. And you have two of the greatest people on earth. We have to hold the line. Make sure that you and everyone else know that you have to register to vote before this Monday, December 7th. Is that right? Monday, December 7th. You have to register to vote. Of course, you'll probably be allowed to if you're a Democrat. You know, they don't have any time limits. Did you see where Stacey is allowed to harvest, but other people can't harvest? How is that constitutional? How is that constitutional? Has anybody looked at that? Go to Georgia.gov and register immediately, then request your absentee ballot before December 31st. Don't delay. Watch it closely. Do it today. Do it tomorrow. And return your ballot the same day you get it. So they can't say, gee, it didn't come in on time. You know what they did in one of the states? Ballots were coming in late. Very, very late. So they backdated the ballots. We have all the information. We have so much evidence. And then you go to a court. Oh, they don't have enough evidence. We have hundreds and hundreds and even thousands of affidavits. And they say, he doesn't have the evidence. We have so much evidence. We don't know what to do with it. I'm saying, do we put all of this into a filing? It's like with wheelbarrows. If you aren't planning to vote by mail, vote early in person or vote on election day, whatever you do, I need each of you, every one of you, your friends, your family to go and vote.
No, I didn't have the pizza. I might have it later. I was going to have it, and I was like, I just ate. I'm not hungry.
Landmark election reform, including voter ID. Is that so bad?
No, I didn't put salt on pizza. I put Parmesan on pizza, you fucking freaks.
Residency verification. Like, we live in the country, we live in the state. Citizenship confirmation. They want to say, oh, he doesn't have to be a citizen. You got to see what's voting. They're not citizens. You're a citizen? No, I'm not citizen. You speak English? No English. Speak no English. Oh, you're voting. Yeah. What? This is the craziest thing. You know, the Democrat National Committee had their convention, and they had a picture. You couldn't get in unless you had a picture. You had a photo ID. But when it comes to the most important thing, voting, they don't want to do it. And they know. They know exactly. We just can't let that happen. I've only been doing this for a short time. Believe me, this is something we're going to do because we can't allow it to happen. And complete overhaul of our election security systems, because right now, Dominion is a joke, okay? Not a very funny joke. It's a disgrace that in 2020, no state in America even makes any real attempt to verify that those who cast ballots by mail are eligible and lawfully registered voters. The evidence of fraud.
It's not even true. A lot of states have voter ID.
Look up at that very, very powerful and very expensive screen. I do this for a few people. Let's go.
A lot of states have voter ID, but every state already has like ballot registration.
What he saw is what we revealed to you last night on this program, what appears to be Atlanta, Georgia ballot counters being told to leave the counting room. Then a short time later, with no observers, with no media, hidden cases of possible ballots are rolled out from under a table. 4 people under a cloud.
This guy got fired from NRA TV and now has found a new life at Newsmax, which is great.
And the media did pack up and leave at 11:15, but there weren't observers there at that time, and there was no announcement made for anyone to leave.
Now, wait a second here. That is disheveled Fulton County Elections Chief Richard Barron, but he doesn't have the facts right. The video proves it. At 10:40 p.m., not 11:15, 10:40, the media is packing up. A half hour before he thinks they leave. You can see them putting on their jackets there. And by 10:56, they are long gone. And the Trump team has sworn witness testimony, claiming an announcement was most certainly made. In fact, even CNN reported the counting was being shut down due to a water main break that even election administrators now acknowledge was a leaky toilet. So someone had to tell those people to leave. And if you look at this table, there are ballots in boxes open and ready for counting. Now watch as they get packed up. Why would you need to secure them and then ultimately take out the mysterious ballots from under the table to start counting? It just doesn't add up.
That was a pretty bad React Andy. Or maybe a really good React Andy, actually, because he never pauses.
Zoom call this morning with the elections chief.
It is interesting that these ballots were under a table versus being in the open.
Well, I think there's a. I don't know that I think those ballot boxes get heavy. I don't think they want to be lifting those things up and putting them back down.
He makes no sense. The guy's scratching his head. He just looks nervous. The guy does not inspire confidence. There were already ballots out, but even almost 24 hours since I posted what could be, quote, smoking gun video of election fraud. A video now with 2.5 million views as of right now on.
Why is it that they take like normal things that happen during the process of like counting votes and then just like put spooky music around it? And then afterwards, they're like, "Oh, it's fake." Like,
in the video.
Please do. Please do is right. He hasn't watched the video that could upend the presidential election, and the guy in charge of the very people in the room admits he didn't watch the video before updating board members this morning. That's insanity. And yet, Fulton County still certified the election. But you know who did watch our video? Our viewers, Stinchfield's Army. One directed me to this moment in the video. The woman in purple, after putting ballots in to be scanned, it appears to take the same batch of ballots out, straighten them, and then look what she does with them. She reinserts them back into the ballot counting machine again. The same set of ballots. Now, there may or may not be an explanation for this.
Yeah. Yeah, she fixed it because it didn't count.
The greatest political election history may have just been caught on camera.
Evidence of election fraud mounts as the mainstream media and Democrats loudly insist.
Oh my God, dude. Yo, wow, not to sound too elitist, but I really despise these people. I really hate them. Like it's not even funny because of how fucking stupid they are. Like it's just
revealed that his trailer.
I think the confidence that they have in their stupidity, like and how scummy these Newsmax people are to be like, it is really, really bad. I really despise them. Wow. I kind of understand why liberals are so fucking disgusted by Republicans in the, like, Republican voters, of course, not the Republican Party, because the Republican Party members, who are the real vultures, the real demons, they're civil and they're smart enough to know better. No, I lost my voice completely. I yelled way too much.
Line explains that the post office was rife with fraud and that many postal service workers were taking part in widespread illegal efforts to undermine the election. While the missing truck full of ballots is bad enough, other whistleblowers say they drove thousands of pre-filled ballots right over state lines, which is a federal crime. A subcontractor for the post office, Nathan Pease, said that he was told,
"No, Trump is not going to win. It's over." By the way, that's the other part of it. Like, there's no... We're watching all this for fun, but I still find myself so disgusted with my fellow man that they could be such hogs and so ignorant, you know? You are live censoring the dude, LMAO.
Have failed to maintain the ballot chain of custody, which leaves the door wide open for voting fraud. The project said it has photographic evidence of people improperly accessing voting machines and eyewitness accounts on how the seals on ballot hard drives were illegally tampered with and broken. Klein says that in total, there are over 300,000 fraudulent ballots in Arizona, 548,000 in Michigan, 204,000 in Georgia, and 121,000 in Pennsylvania. Based on this evidence, the FBI has reportedly requested to look at the project's data on voting integrity and potential election fraud. Pearson Sharp, One America News.
So, if you just take the crime of what those Democrat workers were doing, and by the way, there was no water main break. You know, they said there was no water main break.
Oh, wow, that was fake, too.
That's 10 times more than I need to win this state. 10 times more. It's 10 times, maybe more than that, but it's 10 times more because we lost by a very close number. The alleged Biden margin of victory in several states is entirely accounted for by extraordinarily large midnight vote dumps. You saw them with going up to the sky. All extremely skewed to Biden. Like Biden would get 10,000 votes and Trump would get 3 in a Trump area. Oh. For example, at 6:31 a.m. in Michigan, reported 141,238 votes for Joe Biden and 5,900 votes for Donald Trump. 96% for Biden, 4%
yeah, his
for
dentures
Trump.
are
In an area
failing.
where I should be doing quite well. You know, I went almost every
That's why you hear
county
the
in
whistle
Michigan,
sounds and
almost every district. It was
the whistling
except for
sounds
one.
coming out of his mouth.
And they actually had more people. If you look at the ballots, they had ballots all over. They had more ballots than they had people voting. How do you do that? So they had people, and they're voting. And then, as you know, 2 of the canvassers were very brave. They didn't vote, and they got the hell knocked out of them from the standpoint of what they went through. They took, all the cameras went off, and then they raised their hand, but then they couldn't sign it ultimately. But more ballots than they had voters. Now, how simple is that? A similar vote dump occurred in Wisconsin at 3:42 a.m. This is 3:42 in the morning. In fact, when I went to bed that night, everybody was calling, congratulations, you're up 600,000 votes in Pennsylvania. Across all of the key swing states, there were impossibly low rejection rates. You saw that. For mail-in ballots, drastically less than the historic norm. In Georgia, 0.5% of the mail-in ballots were rejected in 2020 compared to 5.77%. That's a difference of 11 times more. It's hundreds of thousands of votes. In Pennsylvania, 0.03% were rejected in 2020 compared to a much, much higher percentage in 2016. This issue alone is enough to change the election results in many states. Whistleblowers, and that's the smallest of the issues. Whistleblowers in multiple states have testified to witnessing postal workers and election workers illegally backdating thousands and thousands of ballots, fixing ballots, filling out false birthdays, registering ineligible voters, and much, much more. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of votes.
Explain the vote dumps at 3 a.m. It's called counting votes, you fucking moron. It's called literally counting votes over a long period of time. Specifically mail-in ballots that have a higher weighted disparity towards Joe Biden, because one party's representative routinely said mail-in ballots are fraudulent and made every effort to make sure that the Republicans vote in person rather than by mail. So that's what it's called, okay? It's called working through the entire night to keep counting. Didn't they stop counting, though? No, they did not. We watched them do it live. We watched it live. We watched it live! Like the rest of the fucking world! I'm trying very hard not to be ableist. Right after an entire day of conversations around how ableism is bad, but Trump supporters make it so difficult. It is literally a condition, it feels like, to be a Trump supporter. One that is impossible to solve or fix.
Ruthless, and they are hell-bent on getting power and control by any means necessary. They investigate you and they prosecute you. The moment you question them, they try and intimidate you. They call you a poor American. You're not a good American. You don't love our country.
You're not.
They don't.
You're not. If you're a Trump supporter, you're a fucking hog. You are a worthless piece of shit hog. Your parents who are Trump supporters are fucking hogs. Every single person that at this stage still loves and admires Donald Trump is barely a human being. You can fucking clip this and get your fucking fifis in a bunch. You can get upset. I 100% mean it. Like, there is no way. Look at these people. Look at these people behind him. It's crazy. It's fucking insane. But wow, so much hatred? Yes, so much hatred. Fuck you. Fuck your parents. Fuck your entire family. Fuck your entire lineage. Oh my Lord, how can you be so fucking dumb? It's honestly not even the racism at this point that I despise. I'm now completely fucking I'm used to that. I feel like that's normal now. That's just a part of normal life. That they're gonna be racist, they're gonna be transphobic, they're gonna be pieces of shit. But it's literally the fact that we have millions of people in this country that are so delusional and so pathetic. So pathetic, so delusional, so dumb. And yet we, the rest of the country, have to fucking deal with them as though they are fully developed adult human beings with very serious opinions just because of the size of their support. It's insane to me. It is absolutely insane to me. Anti-white? Why? There are POC back there. Why did you say anti-white? Huh? Why did you say anti-white when I never said anything about whiteness? Because you understand that that's what Donald Trump is appealing to. You understand that Donald Trump is appealing to white grievances. You just exposed yourself. I never said that I'm anti-white. I never even said white people are Trump supporters. Trump did a pretty good job fucking captivating a decent chunk, a larger chunk of the black and brown voters than other Republicans before him. No, fuck those people too. You can say I'm anti-black. You can say I'm anti-brown. You can say I'm anti-woman. If you voted for Donald Trump, you are a piece of shit. Okay? You are human excrement. You are garbage. You understand me? Doesn't matter what your fucking background is. I'm done with this pussy liberal shit. Okay? I'm done with this pussy ass, liberal ass, civility ass bullshit. Like, oh my God. Oh no. He said black people that voted for Donald Trump are stupid. Yeah, they are. White people that voted for Donald Trump are stupid. Black people that voted for Donald Trump are stupid. Brown people that voted for Donald Trump are stupid. They're all stupid. And if you're still looking at the rhetoric of my argument, your rhetoric is trash, though. Trash. Learn how to spell trash, you dumb, uneducated swine. Learn how to fucking spell first. Okay? If you're going to come in here and throw up like supremacist arguments, at least make a fucking argument as to why you are supreme. Okay? Learn how to spell before you talk shit. Triage. God damn, dude. Why are so many of you so fucking inbred? Why? Why?
Hassle.
This is the worst part. Republicans, conservatives constantly talk about the pussification of America. Guess what? There is some truth to that. Okay? There was a time and place, regardless of how fucking racist America was, there was a goddamn time and place when someone who was dumb as fuck, when you encounter someone who's dumb as fuck, you'd be like, you're dumb as fuck. Shut the fuck up, you dumb son of a bitch. And we are so far, we've gone beyond that point. Everyone needs to be fucking coddled. Oh my God. No matter how fucking dumb your point of view is, we gotta coddle you because you're a fucking unique little snowflake. We gotta act like you are just as unique and just as brilliant as everyone else. Fuck me, dude.
Today, we're going to win back the White House again. A friend of mine said, oh, don't worry about it, sir.
Scum.
You're way up in the polls.
Scum.
You'll win in
They are scum.
2024. I said, I don't want to wait till 2024. I want to go back 3 weeks. We're thrilled to be joined tonight by some real friends of all of ours, Representatives Doug Collins, who's fantastic. And by the way, I got to tell you, as you know, he and Kelly had a great primary, a very strong primary. They both did fantastically well, and he is on board, and he is one of the greatest advocates I've ever met in Washington. I want to thank Doug Collins. Where's Doug? Thank you, Doug. What a job he does. Thank you. Doug, you want to run for governor in 2 years, by the way? Be a good-looking governor. A friend of mine, one of the toughest guys you'll ever see, Louis Gohmert of Texas. Louis. Thank you, Louis. Thank you, Louis. And a young up-and-comer who's taken Washington by storm, Dan Crenshaw. Where's Dan? Where's Dan? Where's Dan? I didn't see you, Dan. It's the first time that's ever happened to me, huh? Because you do stand out in many ways. Thank you very much, Dan. The next senator from Tennessee just got elected. Did my endorsement help? Huh? Better believe it. We love Tennessee. Bill Hagerty. He's going to be a great senator. He's going to be a great senator for a long time. Your former 8-year governor, he only left because of a thing called term limits. If I would have known, I would have tried to end those term limits. But he went to the Department of Agriculture as his head. He's done a tremendous job. And, you know, we've handed out $28 billion to farmers, $28 billion. I said, how badly have we been?
Did he make an iPad joke and I missed it? Fuck.
Over a 2-year period, sir, $28 billion. That's when I put the tariffs on China, took the money, and gave it out to the farmers. And we had a lot of money left over, and we put that into the U.S. Treasury. Right, Sonny? And you've done a fantastic job. He knows more about farms than any human being. State representative, a friend of mine, a great gentleman. He saw what was happening. He happens to be a Democrat, but we love him. I'm trying to talk him into joining our party. Vernon Jones. Where's Vernon? Thank you, Vernon. What a great guy.
Hi.
Agriculture Commissioner Gary Black. Gary, good job you're doing. Boy, what a good reputation. Thank you very much, Gary. Your public service commissioners, Tricia Pridemore, Jason Shawn, a great man, great man, who's also on the ballot next month. Bubba McDonald. I like that name. Where's Bubba? Tricia? Great job. Great job. That's great. Thanks a lot, Bubba. And I introduce you to Burt Jones. Burt's going to be a very important man, I think, over the next coming with William and Brandon and the folks. And I appreciate it. And Greg, thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it very much. Very important. Georgia Republican Party Chairman David Schaefer. David. Hi, David. How we doing, David? Oh, we'll fire you so fast if we don't. Now, David's done a great job, and he works very closely with RNC Chairwoman. This is how we won. We won a great state. We won a great state known as Michigan when she was there, and I said, let's bring her to Washington. Ronna McDaniel. Thank you, Ronna. Thank you.
You have a problem with America. Keep up that kind of talk and see
Thank you, Ronna. Over the last
Why isn't there a fucking Joe Biden Kamala Harris rally happening, dude?
Already we've achieved.
What the fuck are they doing?
And we're just getting started, and we don't want other people to rip it apart. We must re-elect Kelly and David to keep it going for decades. Our politicians.
This fucking motherfucking brain dead delusional moron. You are the problem, Hassan. You're the problem with America. Keep up that kind of talk and see where to get this country. Imagine throwing a tantrum when you won the election. That's the left for you. Cringe, haha, squad W. Brother, I'm not throwing a tantrum. But I'm glad that you fucking admit. I'm glad that you fucking admit that the Democrats won. Okay? Because I can't say that for Donald Trump and the rest of his hog supporters back there. If you recognize that Donald Trump won, then you must also recognize that the people behind him are delusional freaks, right? Because if you're a normal human being, you can't have these two different thoughts coexist at the same time in your brain unless you're just brain dead. You can't recognize that Donald Trump lost and then watch a Donald Trump actually didn't lose rally and watch all the fucking hogs behind him and get mad. Or not get mad, sorry. Donald Trump fucking lost, and he's now throwing a rally about how he won without admitting that he lost. And all the people behind him are also supporting that idea. How does that not frustrate you?
See vets how badly treated they were, how badly treated. I shouldn't say this because they'll find one somewhere in the country, but you don't see that. You don't see that anymore. You don't see the stories on the evening news.
Also, I don't care. About being a sore winner, I don't give a fuck. First of all, I don't even think that a Joe Biden victory is really a victory for this country. But that's besides the point. I'm not even going to get into all that shit right now. But I don't care about being ruthless to Trump supporters. We experienced the past 4 years together. I didn't just fucking get knocked out last week and forget everything that happened in the past 4 years. Okay? None of you were graceful. None of you. Not a single moment. And the policies that you advocated for, on top of everything else, the policies that you advocated for were gross. I don't give a shit if you were a fucking sore winner if you ultimately didn't do such devastating damage, such irreparable damage to the social fabric that holds this fucking country together. Massive tax cuts for the wealthy and corporations, deregulation that is destroying this environment, kids in fucking cages, dangling the DACA program that impacts 800,000 people that only know this country as their country. Just dangling that as a bargaining chip, saying that on a whim you're going to fucking throw that away. That's disgusting. I hate you. I do. If you agree with any of this shit, even before we get to the last year with 270,000 dead, with so many Americans still refusing to believe that COVID is real even, then I hate you. I hate you so much. I'll still fight for you. I'll still make sure that you get health care, whether your fucking pig shit hog ass wants it or not. But I hate you. Okay? I'm serious. And I think that we are not honest about it because you hate me. You hate me. I am an anchor baby. My name is Hassan. I'm from a Muslim family. I am everything you hate about this country. People like me make this country good. They make this country great. People like myself, people that are way more important than myself, of course, but immigrants that come into this country make this fucking country great. And you take advantage of their existence every fucking day. And then you hate them, you despise them, and you try to fucking hurt them. Okay? So fuck you. You stupid fucking hogs. I'll fight for your rights every day of the fucking week. But I still hate you. You're disgusting. I despise you. And I think you hate me too. And I don't give a fuck. The difference is you want to purge me from this country. I want to help you. I want to make sure that you have better economic opportunities. I want to make sure that your fucking pig shit children have better education so they don't turn into the fucking same dumbasses that you and your parents were. Okay? But make no mistake, I despise you. At least I'm honest about it, though.
And we will preserve peace through strength. We will protect Social Security and Medicare, and we will always protect patients with pre-existing conditions. Right? We will stop the radical indoctrination of our students and children and restore patriotic education to our schools. We will teach our children to love our country, honor our history, and always respect our great American flag. And we will live by the words of our national motto, in God we trust.
Epic Legends XD, you are overgeneralizing Trump supporters. I don't hate you. I dislike your views and cringe every time you talk about politics. But that being said, I have the respect to speak civilly about this. I don't care. There's no civility with someone like you. If you're still a Trump supporter and you think this election was fucking stolen, you're so fucking brain dead that you're not relevant. Like, you're never going to be relevant. You are just a vote pig, okay? You have no thoughts of your own. You have no mind. You are barely a sentient human being. You are basically a vegetable, okay? You are the kind of person who literally fucking thinks in a libertarian and Capistan paradise that they are going to be the factory owners, when no, you're just going to be the biomatter, okay? You are. You're nothing. You're an animal. In the eyes of the Republican Party, you are literally just an extra vote. To be manipulated, to be lied to. Did Hillary Clinton go to jail? No. Did we actually build a fucking wall? No. Donald Trump literally fucking prosecuted, his administration, his DOJ, prosecuted pedophiles less than any other fucking administration. And these fucking hogs still think he's fighting against an international sex trafficking ring, dude. But none of that matters. You are irrelevant. You are just a vote. I don't care if you want to be like, oh, I want to be civil. I want to be civil with you. There is no being civil with you. There's also no reason to be civil with you. You are nothing, okay? You are nothing in their eyes. And if you yourself have put yourself in this despicable position, if you've debased yourself for this long by still being a fucking Trump supporter, then why the fuck do you expect me to respect you when you have never respected yourself? Find some fucking self-decency, okay? Find some respect somewhere that you lost a long time ago. And then maybe we can have a civil conversation. Fucking civility. You can be civil when talking about sending children to fucking cages, when locking them up in cages. Obama did a pretty good job with that, didn't he? He was real fucking civil. Right? Donald Trump wasn't. But I don't despise Donald Trump because he was uncivil when he was sending the kids in cages. You mirror Nazi ideas. Yeah, dude. Nazis were famous for fucking, fighting back against those who locked kids in cages. You're right. Nazis were famous for trying to purge immigrants. Nazis were famously pro-immigration. Fucking idiot, dude. Inside of your brain, you have such a warped sense of the world that, like, you have the wherewithal to understand Nazis are bad, and yet the closest to a fucking Nazi administration we've had in contemporary American civilization, and you think the people who are opposing him are the real Nazis. Yeah. I'm such a fucking Nazi, dude. I'm such a Nazi that I want you to have healthcare. I'm such a Nazi that I want you to fucking get a college education, your children to have a better future. I'm such a fucking Nazi that way, dude. I am such a Nazi about hoping that these fucking corrupt ass politicians, both on the Democratic and Republican side, will get their fucking act together to make sure that your stupid fucking family's jet ski dealership is not in a state of disarray. Okay? That you get the financial compensation that you desperately need. You know, that's my Nazi shit. Regardless of how much I hate you, by the way. I do. I think you're a scumbag. You're a piece of shit. Your worldview fucking sucks ass. But I still think you should get money. And I still think that both sides are pretty fucking bad at delivering that for you. I think you should get money even when you're too stupid to recognize that you deserve the money. So, you know, at least I'm honest with you. I hate these lies. I hate being like trying to fucking dance around it and trying to be nice to Trump supporters. Like, I think it's so stupid. I really think it's worthless. Like, this is an entire fucking group of individuals that have basically cry scolded or cry bullied their way into power. They're constantly looking for additional forms of victimhood, regardless of the fact that they ran the country into the fucking ground for the past 4 years. It's so weird that you're like literally still, like, even in your worst hour, you're still like talking like you won, but you still want civility and you want empathy. And I think these Democrats are pussies for giving it to you, if you ask me. Like Joe Biden running around saying we're going to unite this country when these fucking dipshits don't even think Joe Biden won. Why? Why would you do that? Republicans never do that. Even in a moment for a call for unity, what could be otherwise a call for unity, Republicans always say Democrats are the dividers. They are the ones who are divisive. They never say we want to reach across the aisle and work with the Democrats because they understand that this is politics. So I at least respect these demons on the Republican side, but I've never heard a fucking single Republican politician turn around and be like, we got to reach across the aisle on this one, Jack. We really got to hear off. We got to really hear these Democrats. We got to hear their side. Bitch, they refuse to fucking concede on a stimulus that you and your family desperately needs right now, exclusively because they didn't want to look like they were conceding to Nancy Pelosi. Like, you're so delusional if you think that this is like me being mean to you. See what these freaks have to say.
Regarding today's speech, we want to bring some attention to our partner for today's stream. You got to see the CEO earlier doing...
Yeah, Mike Pillow, Mr. Pillow, dude.
PogChamp, go off, PogChamp.
You must really love hearing your own voice. I mean, clearly you do too. That's why you're here, bitch. They're yelling at Fox News out there. Mike Pillow guy's coked out, laying out the strats. Let's hear it.
How do you not put people in prison? But the most, they will be going to prison. But in the meantime, December 14th is so important. We have to get this governor in here. Governor Kemp, Brian Kemp, has to give an order to have a Congress meeting, whatever they do, their legislators, and pull Georgia down and don't give it to Biden. It doesn't matter who they give it to. Don't give it to Biden. Just and find out all your corruption. Because if you pull down Georgia, Pennsylvania, and crooked Nevada, now nobody has 270, and then it goes to the December 14th vote, and Donald Trump.
You want to know what the funniest part about it is? All the people that chimed in just now and got like butthurt, or maybe your parents were listening in and they heard me say these things about Republicans. How many times have they said these words, and if not infinitely worse shit about Democrats? Huh? How many times? That's the funniest part about it, is that like Republicans speak about Democrats like this on the timeline all the time. Like literally every day, all the time. Democrats are socialists. They want to destroy this fucking country. They're destroying this country. They're disgusting. Like, Mexicans are rapists, drug dealers, and murderers. Like, all these blacks are fucking coming into our neighborhoods. It's so funny that, like they hit every group. And the moment the cannon turns back at them for, like, even a second, the moment that they have to face any sort of criticism, they cry civility. Fuck you. Now, let's be civil now. Why are you so triggered, Republicans? Half the time, y'all are running around calling every Democrat a pedophile. But the moment someone's like, man, look at all these fucking idiotic hogs, you turn into a goddamn snowflake.
Voter fraud is a myth, but there is plenty of evidence that people voted for a total fraud 4 years ago.
You mean that the Democrats keep helping Trump and the Republicans, then why do you still support the Democrats? They will bring Trump back to power just as they brought him in 2016, because there's no other option. That's it. There's no other option.
Why leftist Americans won't move to Europe?
Because
we got many things
we are
wish for.
stuck choosing between a horrific, monstrous scumbag and, like, less of a fucking monstrous scumbag. That's it. It's not like I lie to you. I tell you all the fucking time what's going to happen, and then it ends up happening. They suck. Do you think what you're doing is any better? Yeah, I do. Because your feelings might be fucking hurt right now, but I think you need it a little bit. You need a little bit talking to. Because I don't think people talk to you this way. If you're a Republican, you barely ever fucking hear this shit. The worst thing you ever hear is, like, you know, someone as fucking Wonder Bread as... No, I never said Bernie was going to win. I said I hoped Bernie would win. I was very honest about Bernie's chances. You can want someone to win and recognize that his chances are fucking kind of difficult. Listen. I think we really got to stop coddling Republicans. Like, really. We got to stop normalizing Republicans. Like, you're crazy. Like, if you're crazy, someone needs to tell you you're crazy. I am genuinely worried that no one fucking tells you you're wrong. And partially, it's because of how pussified our fucking culture is. That, like, every unique opinion needs to be fucking desperately coddled and treated to as though it's serious. As though it's like a serious person with serious thoughts. Like, you're not a serious person with serious thoughts. You're a fucking psycho. Get the fuck out of here. I'm done. Like, do you want honesty?
When the haircut.
I'm telling you honestly. Like, this is crazy. You're a crazy person if you still think like Trump won and shit. And if you don't think Trump won, but you are a Trump supporter. I mean, I'm literally wearing I'm a Trump girl.
Some great content.
Deal with it shirt. Like, obviously, it's not satire, isn't dead. I like consuming Trump's idiocy. I mean, look, here you go. Here's Daddy right there. Okay? There he is. These are garbage people that think that they get to be as racist, as selfish as they want in every facet of their lives and go home for Thanksgiving where everyone else to walk on eggshells, lest they set off the Trump cultist who's invited because you don't abandon family. In a just world, these people would be the people in cages. Yeah, I mean, you, like, listen, if you're some fucking dipshit Trump supporter, like, I mean, I'll keep you as a pet. No, I keep some of them as a pet in the chat because as long as they're not like over the top and really racist or whatever. But if you're like a dipshit Trump supporter and you think like, I'm going to take you seriously, like, you're out of your mind. Like, you're crazy. Like, I mean, tough titties, bitch. Like, wake the fuck up. It's so dumb. Their conversation has been watered down to the 3-word slogans, radical Dems type nicknames for 4 years. Yeah, like, bro, if you find yourself thinking that John fucking Ossoff is like a radical leftist.
Go off, King.
If you find yourself thinking that like John Ossoff is a radical leftist, like you're a psycho, dude. He's like a polite Republican, bitch. What do you mean? It's just literally, it gets down to it at a certain point. It literally gets down to like Democrats are at least polite Republicans and Republicans are just impolite. Is that the difference? Like you just want to vote for the impolite Republican? Is that what it is? God damn, dude.
Pog.
You can invite Trump supporters onto the stream and have a debate to actually prove your point. Here's how that goes. I have a Trump supporter on. It is delusional and embarrassing. It's so fucking embarrassing that every other Trump supporter that watches the video gets so sad that they say, you should clearly have another smart Trump Republican on. And then I do that again. Okay? And then that person is fucking embarrassed. And then another person says, why don't you have some smart Republicans on? And it's literally always the same. I've done it. I've done it for years. I did it for a while until I was like, there's no reason to do this. It's just embarrassing. Okay? Having Trump supporters on is embarrassing, not for the left, but for the Trump supporters themselves. It's honestly better that, like, I argue from Trump's positions because at least I can articulate them a little bit better than the hogs that try to come on here.
Stop calling them hogs and call them what they really are, the tailions.
Anyway. They don't have anything to support their fake arguments. I mean, yeah, they have like, it's also, to be honest, like, there's a lot of work that you got to do to disprove like a flat earther, for example. You know what I mean? You have to become a fucking scientist, basically, to disprove a flat earther. It's not that easy because they have set up their own fucking world. They have their own worldview and they have their own set of fucking data and facts that they extrapolate their takes from. That you need to know their sets of data, that you need to know the truth. You need to know what like the scientific consensus is. And then on top of that, you need to know what their fucking insane like information pool is. And then you need to know what the effective counters are to those insane talking points. So it's wild. Like if you were to right now talk to a professional Republican, not like regular chuds. Regular chuds are fun. They're easy to slam and they're fun. But if you were to talk to someone like Tim Pool, for example, I'm willing to bet. And I didn't watch the Destiny debate and I didn't watch the Vosh debate. Why would I do that? I know exactly what happened. Are you ready? I didn't watch a single fucking line of either of those debates. But every single one of those debates came down to Tim Pool portraying himself as a centrist. Tim Pool constantly fucking talking about like insane conspiracies that like you would have to literally intricately know every single detail on. Tim Pool omitting certain key details from a conversation and saying he has all the fucking facts. And then the other side looking like clowns or looking worse, looking like they agree with Tim Pool. That's the reason why it's like, and I would still debate Tim Pool. Don't get me wrong. If he were to do a fucking Zoom debate or a Zoom conversation, I would love to do that. I don't think it's a waste of time. I think that it would probably be, they did pretty good. Okay, good. I'll take your word for it, Crane. But the reality is it's hard to win over Tim Pool's audience because, I mean, they're delusional. In the D debate, Tim Pool said 60% of his audience were lefties. Yeah, I doubt that. It comes across as probably, I assume it comes across as like a conversation that is like, there isn't like slam dunks.